As for our forefathers, they were brought to this nation as slaves, and we are suffering from a serious identity crisis. In one generation, we were called or referred to as colored, then Negroes, Afro-American, blacks, and eventually African Americans. Who are we, people? But this is not by accident. This is the hand of God, as it is written. In Deuteronomy 28, verse 36 through 37, the Lord will bring you and the king which was set over you into a nation which you nor your fathers have known. And there you will serve other gods, wood and stone. And you will become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where the Lord will lead you. And this is one scripture out of the entire Bible. I can show you plenty more.
Hey family, welcome again to another video. As you can see, it's another beautiful day here in Arizona. I hope you guys are having a great one. Listen, I had to pull outside the road for this video because this individual that we're going to be talking about in this video, he exposed something that we have been talking about on this platform for a long time. And I'm telling you, people are going to get mad. They're going to get mad. But see, all we're dealing with are the facts. That's all we're dealing with. And what this man did in this latest video that he released, he exposed exactly the things that we were talking about as it pertains to the whole entire Hebrew construct, the black Hebrew construct. At the end of the day, it is a road that leads you to Judaism. That's what it does at the end of the day. And if you haven't been noticing by now, as you know, this whole outbreak that's happening in Israel and all of that, we're going to do a whole entire separate video. I may do a live broadcast, not sure, on this whole conflict. But see, I'm not going to do the whole, I sense in my spirit. I sense that what it really means, see, prophetically, what's happening. I'm not going there. We're just going to talk with the facts. And the way we're going to do that, we're going to go right to the sources. We're going to go right to the rabbis, what these rabbis have been saying for years. And I have been collecting videos for months, family, for months, on things that they have been saying for a very long time. When you hear Hebrews a lot of times talk about, calling for the destruction of America and all of that, all they're doing is repeating what is being said within Judaism. So you cannot claim to be a Hebrew and somehow you're not a participant in Judaism. It's one and the same. It is one and the same. And what a lot of times people do, and one day I'll do a video on this, I was going to title it, I'm Black and I Say So. And what I mean by that is that a lot of times amongst our people, we think we can claim things and think that our claim overrides the facts, but they don't. And so we have to look at all of it. When you look at what these rabbinical class have been teaching for a very long time when it comes to the destruction of America, who's Amalek, who they say is Jacob, and who they say are all that stuff. They wrote it, they defined it, and you don't have the right or the ability to say what you wrote is not right or is inaccurate. They wrote it and they gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have any proof of anybody in your family, in your bloodline writing these things. You took it from them and you claimed it as your own, plain and simple. So anyway, we're going to play this video of Mr. Stoudemire, Amir Stoudemire. And if you don't know him, he used to play for the NBA some time ago. And some time ago, he converted to being a Hebrew Israelite. And then over time, he went from being a Hebrew Israelite to now he's did a full conversion into Judaism, or Orthodox Judaism, and he's converted. And so, but he still claims to be a black Hebrew, in that space. But he's kind of like dual. You know what I'm saying? He does that. Now, people who are going to watch this video, I'm telling you, they people, black folks, what we love to do, we love to pivot and say, he ain't one of us. He ain't one of us. Well, you can't say that. You understand what I'm saying? That's his claim. And so this man has been out for a very long time defending and promoting the Black Hebrew Israelite doctrine for a very long time. And I want you to take note of this video that he recently uploaded. There's some language in it, but we're going to let it play. Let me go ahead and let it play now, and then we'll be right back.
I woke up, man, this morning with some disturbing news out of Israel. That Hamas kidnapping children, putting them in cages, killing women, killing the elderly. That's some coward shit. That's cowardly. And for all y'all Black Lives Matter who ain't saying nothing, well, let me figure out exactly what happened before I say anything. Fuck you. Figure out what? It ain't never been cool to kidnap kids and put them in cages. It ain't never been cool to kill women and elderly. Never been. No matter where you from, what you represent, what tribe you for, don't matter. They ain't never been no cool. They ain't never been nothing that nobody supported. And then you go and hide and put the kids in front of you as a barricade. That's some coward shit. All you politicians who always had something to say on the contrary, I see you. Fuck you. All you Black Lives Matter people who always had something to say and always supported everything else and you quiet now, fuck you too. Only place in the world where I can go and study Torah and eat kosher food. Only place in the world. Some coward shit, dog. And all y'all support it, fuck you. On my mama, we don't respect none of y'all for that. Peace.
So you've heard it for yourself and what he thinks as far. Now, when he talks about, when he mentions, Black Lives Matter people, what he's really talking about are black folks. It's amazing how an organization that is really controlled by the Jewish people and financed by the Jewish people somehow has become the representative of all black people. And what happens is people will use that as code for talking about black folks in general. And he is not excluded from that, because that's exactly what he's talking about here. And because he even chastised Kyrie Irving, if you remember, for being anti-Semitic. So but at the same time, you'll see certain articles or certain videos where he will still defend people who claim to be Black Hebrew Israelites. And he still holds on to this belief that black folks are part of the umbrella of the Jewish people, so to speak.
But I grew up an Israelite. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So my family are Hebrew Israelites, and so I was able to somewhat learn from that growing up. And then it just gravitated me to go to Israel and see what I've been learning firsthand. Wow. So I went there on that space.
That's dope.
And the African Americans that were brought here as slaves are Israelites. So let me go here now, plant a seed here, build this program here, so that way now that we're returning back to our land, so then now, I built that whole little infrastructure. So it's a whole different level of learning, infiltrating, and also building in a space where we once were. And so I went through that whole process of we're back.
He just encompasses all of them, the Ashkenazis, all of them. He encompasses, and black folks. So, but that's his belief. and his claim that he's a black Hebrew Israelite. So I know there's going to be people who are going to watch this and say, he don't represent us. He ain't truly us. He's fake and all this other stuff. Well, he don't believe that. And here's the thing. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it a full buck. Do you remember when he went to visit Dimona? Yeah, you remember when he went to go visit Dimona? He did a whole video on that when he went to go visit Dimona, where he was actually proud, and the people of Dimona are black folks who, many of them who have come out of America and have made Israel their home because they believe that they are these are black Hebrew Israelites.
Who has definitely embraced and has obviously come to reclaim that Hebraic heritage. And so we want to welcome my brother home, Amare Stoudemire, and his beloved wife, Sister Alexis.
Hope everybody's doing well. This is definitely a great trip for my wife and I. We always travel to Israel just to touch bases on our Hebraic history and just to sharpen up on our understanding. So it's always great to be here in Dimona, because this is a place where I feel like the truth is really being taught here in this particular community, and it's something that needs to be taught actually worldwide, so we can somewhat understand our nationality and our heritage. We definitely had a great chance to learn a lot about this village, because after filming the Village of Peace documentary, a lot of great positive feedback was given from that, and so building on our Hebraic culture and being able to spread the word and get our brothers and sisters to understand who they are from a nationality standpoint is very important to me. So now that I'm playing in Jerusalem, it gives another light on the situation. It allows us to reconnect with the land of Israel, which we've been disconnected from since 70 AD, since captivity. So it's great to be back in the Holy Land.
And he identified with them. And I can remember clearly there were many Hebrew Israelites on YouTube that would constantly reposted that video or made reference to that video as proof and claim. People like Ron Dalton may use that as proof and claim that, see, these are our people. These are our people. You understand what I'm saying? So now you can't pivot back and say, now all of a sudden he's not your people. You understand what I'm saying? Just because now you're trying to play fast and loose with the facts. No, he is, from him, he believes he's a Hebrew Israelite. You can't take that from him. So anyway, so this video here, he's actually chastising really black folks. That's really what he's doing, and saying, black folks, why haven't y'all, come to the aid of Israel and all that? And as I said earlier, we're going to do a entire video. Like, I'm trying to decide if it's going to be pre-recorded or if it's going to be a live video, where we're going to get into the details of this whole thing that's happening in Israel right now, because it's part of a much bigger historical picture. There's a lot of people, as you know, right now that are out here that are chomping at the bit, and some have already done videos right now saying this is a fulfillment of prophecy. It's a sign that the Mashiach, the Messiah, he's about to come and all that stuff. Well, there's a whole nother group of people who have been saying that for a very long time. In fact, you're simply repeating what they have been saying. Okay, so anyway, the things I wanted to point out is this, is that, number one, for people who still claim to be black Hebrew Israelites, this is where your ideology, your theology leads. You cannot separate black Hebrew Israelite teaching and Judaism. We did a video a while back, and in fact, we've done several videos where we went into the early history of black Hebrew Israelites here in the United States, and the founders, and you have to go to the video, the founders actually said out of their own mouth that this is a combination of what is being taught in the black church and also Judaism. The founders of the Black Hebrew Israelite ideology, which started in the late 1800s, they used to, not only did they work hand in hand with Jewish people, but they also, at times, some of their churches / synagogues were financed by the Jewish people. This is the foundation that you stand on. But yet in 2023, a lot of people want to try to separate themselves and say, no, they're the fake people. If they're the fake people, why are you using their same terminologies? If they're the fake people, why are you studying out of their same books? And all you got to do is it's interesting, because all you got to do is spend 5 minutes on social media or on YouTube. You'll find Hebrew, quote unquote, Hebrew teachers that are out here that will sit down and have discussions to get more additional information and clarity on what Hebrew is. Sometimes they'll sit down with these rabbis and get clarification on language and history and sentence structure and all of that. But then a few videos later, they'll say they're the fake people. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Stoudemire is no different. So I'm not shocked at all that someone like this will come out with a video like this, slamming black people and saying that basically we need to do more to support the people of Israel and all this other stuff, and shame on you and all this, because this is the next step to the doctrine that you believe. You know, you got people out here right now, black Americans, that are teaching and believe that what we call Israel today is our real land. So naturally, there's going to be some within the number that's going to feel some kind of way about this stuff that's going on in Israel, and they're going to have some things to say about it. You know what I'm saying? The other thing too, when you want to talk about confusion, you also have Hebrew Israelites who have, on record, have made the claim that the Palestinian people are the true Israelites, are the true Hebrews. I've heard many Hebrews make that claim. So here on one side, you have a Hebrew Israelite saying that the Jewish people are part of the real people or the chosen people. But then on the other side, you got Hebrew Israelites that are saying that the Palestinian people are the real people. Does that even make any sense? Do you see the confusion I'm talking about? So again, if you want to unravel the confusion, you first start off with the history. And like I said, again, I will put the link in the description below. You can watch the historical video that we did, tracing back to the early days of the Hebrew Israelite ideology. Where did it come from? What was it rooted in? We go step by step by step by step. There's a lot of details, there's a lot of information, and there's a lot of references in there that you as the viewer can go and check out on your own time. But as far as this much bigger discussion, as far as what's going on in Israel right now, like I said, again, that's a video that we will do in the near future. I would prefer to do that on our platform, mybondtube.com. Again, the platform is mybondtube.com. That is our video platform where we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos on there, many of which that would not be allowed on the YouTube space, but we have our own, thanks to many people like yourself who make that possible. And so this is a discussion that we want to have, but it's going to be on that platform. That way you can hear firsthand what these people are actually saying and what they've been saying leading up to this conflict that we're seeing happening today. And so don't get swept up in all the hype and stuff that's out here right now, where people saying you got to make these decisions because this is about to happen and it's about to go down and all of that. No, you need to calmly look at everything, and you need to calmly, at that point, you make your choices based off of that. But don't get swept up in the hype. Don't get swept up in the confusion. Do your own due diligence and research on this. But the purpose of this video today was to simply point out how Stoudemire basically underscores everything that we've been saying as far as this ideology, this Hebrew ideology, where it ultimately leads. As much as these people will say that, will make the claim over and over again that they are the fake people, They will constantly use the quote unquote fake people's language. They will dress up like the fake people. They will read the same stuff that the fake people use. They will also sit down with the quote unquote fake people. And then at the same time, a few videos later, will say they're the fake people, but we're the real ones. Then why are you using all of their stuff? I mean, that makes no sense. And Stoudemire is just making it clear where this thing ultimately leads. Well, anyway, hope you guys got something out of this video. Thank you so much. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video. You guys take care. Like, mark my words, you watch people who are going to upload videos and try to throw Stoudemire under the bus and say he ain't a true Hebrew, he's a false Hebrew and all that. They're going to try to throw him under the bus. And these are the same people when he went to Dimona, which we did a video on that as well. You want to check that out on what really was going on and has been going on in that town of Dimona. These are the same people that were celebrating the fact that he was claiming to his Hebrew roots. Now, all of a sudden, he says something that they don't agree with. Now they're going to try to throw him under the bus. Mark my words. You watch it.
All you Black Lives Matter people who always have something to say and always supported everything else, and you quiet now, fuck you too. Only place in the world where I can go and study Torah and eat kosher food. Only place in the world.